Hey everybody, it's Janaea. Welcome back here to my channel. And I was thinking about a topic today that just keeps kind of coming up for me that I just wanted to touch on for a few moments with you. And it's one that I feel definitely impacts us in many ways, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And that is the topic of grief. Now, grief is a topic that I know I'm going to come back to many, many times, but I wanted to touch on it for a moment today because sometimes it's easy to forget the broad spectrum that grief actually encompasses. And the thing is, it's so often that we focus on grief as being something that is just about the loss of a loved one. But that's not the case. Grief takes many, many different forms. You know, we can definitely experience grief when there's a loss of a job, a loss of a life path perhaps that you were aiming for, loss of a friendship, loss of home, natural disasters and everything can bring so much devastation that they cause grief, loss of the way of living that we're used to. And in these past couple of years, we have definitely, I think globally, have experienced different degrees of that, you know, because our lives are not the same as they once were. And with those changes comes a level of grief. It's one of those things that, you know, you've probably heard a lot of people, and maybe you've even done this yourself, with saying, oh, I want to get back to normal, I want to get back to normal. It's similar to like what we say when we do lose a loved one, like, oh my goodness, I wish that they were back here. Things would maybe just be better if they were back here with me. But you know that's not going to happen. You know that isn't meant to be anymore at this time. And with that realization also comes the need to go through the grieving process that comes with that major change and with that loss. And I feel, you know, one of the things that we just haven't collectively focused on very much these past couple of years really is the toll that all of these changes have on our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, you know, for everybody. And I think that's probably why it keeps weighing on me as a topic to talk about with you for a moment, because I think we need to acknowledge and validate the fact that things are different and they are going to remain different. You know, there might be some things that go back to perhaps how they were, but life itself can never go back to how it was, because we've now had these experiences that we've had the past 2 years of living with and through, you know, a global pandemic and all of the challenges that came with that, you know, whether it's economically, socially, with your career, with your family, with your friends, just fast changes. And all of that suddenness of that really is its own trauma in its way. It's, you know, and trauma certainly is going to be another topic that I know I'm going to talk about many, many times in the future. But basically when I'm talking about it's its own trauma, it's the way I'm talking about it's something that came in and flipped everybody's worldview upside down. And then we're left trying to figure out what to do with it and how to make sense of the world that we're in now. And so if you've been going through a lot more emotional heaviness, if you've been struggling perhaps with accepting changes that we have been experiencing, you know, just as human beings in our world, in our systems and how we function, you know, all of that is completely normal. And I want to remind you that that's normal. That is part of the grieving process that we as human beings are experiencing, going through. And it's important to acknowledge that, because it may or may not be a loss of a loved one. You know, it could be a combination of many things for your own personal level of grief. But just please remember that grief takes many different forms. And with that, comes the need to acknowledge it, accept it, process it, get angry about it if you need to, journal about it if you need to, feel all of the emotions that are related to these changes that are long-standing. You know, even if we're not wearing masks or we're hugging people or whatever we're doing again that we used to do before, that doesn't take away from the experiences that we've had over these past couple of years and the difficulties that have come with these changes. Okay, so be kind to yourself during this time. Just notice that, or allow yourself to feel whatever you need to be feeling emotionally so that your body can work its way through it. The most important aspect of getting through any level of grief, whatever form it happens to take, is allowing your body to experience the sensations related to it and to release those. If you suppress them and avoid them, it just simply keeps them around even longer. So, yes, please be kind to yourself. Get out, enjoy beautiful weather. If you have beautiful weather, get out and walk if you can. You know, talk with a friend if you can. Journal. Watch some comedies if that helps you out. But do things that you find are kind and loving to you as you're allowing your whole body and your emotions and your mental well-being and everything to adjust to all the so many varied challenges that have taken place globally over these past couple of years. Now, on that note, I am going to go for now, but I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you're doing to care for yourself right now and how you're handling any grief that you're going through at this time. And also, of course, I would love it if you would take a moment to subscribe, like, share, all those things that you know that we're going to talk about and everything here on YouTube. And if you're watching me on another platform, liking, commenting, subscribing, I appreciate all of that interaction. I value it. And thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of my journey here with this. So bye-bye for now, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.